Hey there, welcome to the Deliver on Your Business podcast, where you are the boss. I'm Ron from EntreCourier.com. Entree is from entrepreneur, for somebody who is in business for themselves. And here's the deal, folks. If you're an independent contractor, you are operating a business, ready or not. So that makes you an Entree Courier. Welcome to the club. This podcast is here to help you think like a business owner and to thrive in your business. So let's get started, shall we? Well, hey there, Courier Nation. It is Friday. We have made it through the first 4 episodes of the Deliver on Your Business podcast. Today is the 4th of 6 episodes that will be touching on the business plan part of our Courier 31-Day M.B.A. series. Now, the first 3 episodes, we talked about the who, the why, and the where of your business. So today, of course, we're going to talk about the, how about the how much? I know it doesn't quite fit, but today we're going to talk about the money. The money. Oh, I love the money. I know, after the fiasco back in episode 2, I may have promised not to sing again, so sorry. Did you catch the VeggieTales reference in there? 2 days ago, I asked you why you're doing this. And back then, we dug in a little deeper into the reasons behind your why. But for most of us, the initial answer is the money. We've got to earn the money. You know, that money is what supports our why. But whether it's a full-time or a side hustle, we've got to make the money. And you need to figure that money into your planning, into your foundation for your business going forward. We need to know what you need to make it worthwhile. And you've got to have an idea if the potential is there to earn what you need for that target. I know we're doing too many target topics here today and tomorrow. And really, shouldn't this be part of the finance? In a way, yes, but it's also foundational stuff here. This is all about the planning. This is all about understanding your market and understanding what you're doing. So that's why we're doing it as part of the business plan. And the money is a part of a normal business plan. Today, we're going to talk about the opportunities. And then tomorrow, we'll talk about evaluating those opportunities and setting goals. Now, when you're starting and planning a business, you really need to understand these things. And today, it's going to be more about what can I earn? And tomorrow, the soul searching, asking, is it enough? So what is the potential? In some ways, today kind of digs a little bit deeper into yesterday's topic, because yesterday we talked about understanding your market. And today, we're going to dig into the potential for earning in your market. We want to talk about the importance of diversification. Here's an important lesson for anybody in business. Do not rely too much on any one customer. If you have been in the on-demand delivery space for very long, you can see that things change. And sometimes they change very quickly. Now, there's a lot of people who are signed on with only one company. And I would advise, don't do that. Have options. Even if most of what you do is with that one company, have some options just in case things go awry. Currently I get about 75 to 80% of my revenue from one place, but there are times when things change and those numbers can shift pretty dramatically for a short period of time. Things happen. Payment plans change. Bad PR can slow the market down for a particular delivery company. The technology can take a crap on the company. And I've been through some major outages like with Grubhub and DoorDash that have happened during peak delivery times. And if there hadn't been other options, I'd have just been without any earnings during a time that I should have been making some pretty good money. So every once in a while, something can happen where a driver loses the ability to drive for a platform, sometimes for things outside their control. So keep your options open. Now, I don't think that you have to work all of those options equally, but I do think it is good to continue to pay attention to each of the options so that you've got a pulse on what's happening. There are times where the promotions are much better with one company than they are with others. And that same company may have saturated their market further on down the line. And so, you just got to keep an eye on what's going on with the different companies within your market. Know your options in your market. It's good to know what the options are and to have an idea of the earnings potential. Understand how these different companies pay, understand their pay models, understand when the differences between the platforms work to your advantage. Know the strengths and weaknesses of each company in your market. For an example, I'll give you like a real brief rundown of the 4 platforms that I work in my market. And remember, these are just my market, so things can vary based on where you are. I do Grubhub. Grubhub is my main source of revenue. They've been the most consistent in providing offers that pay well. And they have been busy enough and continue to be busy enough that you can keep working deliveries usually on their platform. Their strength is they really do a good job encouraging tipping. But lately, it's like the dispatching system is on crack or something, All of a sudden, we're getting a lot of orders that are much further away, and some of the efficiency is going away. DoorDash is also busy, and so we could keep rolling with DoorDash. Now, their pay model that only offers $1 in delivery fees means that they may not pay out as well. But then there are times when things are so busy that DoorDash is throwing out some pretty good incentives on top of it that make up for that lower delivery fee, and that makes them a good option. Postmates has been a rising star for me. They seem to be the best in my market right now at just having the food ready when I get to the restaurant, as long as I don't have to order first, and I avoid those orders or those offers. I actually average more per hour on Postmates right now, but the problem is that Postmates isn't nearly as busy as the other options, and so if they were busier, I could probably shift a lot more of my work to them. Uber Eats, they can be all over the map. I think they probably actually have the best delivery fees just by themselves in the market, in that they pay better just for the delivery fee than just about anybody else, but they also have the worst tipping. So that's part of why they have the better delivery fees. Deliveries for them really depend very heavily on when they have boosts or different promotions like their quests. And they don't really provide enough information on their offer screen to make it worthwhile for me to use them very often. That's just a quick, simple breakdown, but you see what I'm doing. You're getting an idea of who's got what strengths in your market. And that's what you want to do here. The thing that each platform can provide good earnings, and there are times where you can really get messed up by a platform. If you're not sure how well a platform pays, chat it up with other drivers. Get into the social media forums. Find that most markets have like a localized Facebook page or something for either drivers in general or for a particular group of drivers. So get in and try and find out how things work for different people in those areas. And when you're out on deliveries and you're meeting other drivers, chat it up with them. Find out, hey, what's working for you? What do you like about this market? When is it good and when is it not so good? You always want to remember to take any of the responses with a grain of salt, but keep an eye on the trends, keep an eye on what's going on. You also want to keep an eye out for non-delivery revenue opportunities, because in some markets, maybe there's plenty that's going on, but sometimes you want to see if there are some other things that you also want to put your attention on. Certain markets may only be busy during certain times. And so are there opportunities? One that's still within the industry is referral revenue. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, I know they all offer referral bonuses, and DoorDash can sometimes offer some really good ones. So keep an eye out for that referral revenue. What about other gig economy options? Maybe for you, throwing in some rideshare is an option. And maybe you might look at dog walking or lawn care gig options. There are different types of things. There are work at home options. You want to kind of keep your eyes open for things that might fit well within what you want to do. And remember your why that we talked about. Remember your purpose for doing things. What kind of things fit within what you want to do. Be creative and identify where the revenue possibilities are the strongest and where the payment for your effort is the strongest. But understand your market and understand your opportunity enough to know when you need to make a switch, when you need to pivot. Once you understand your earnings potential, then we can get into tomorrow's topic, which is it enough? We'll dig into setting a target and making sure that it's a target that earns what you really need. We'll do all that in tomorrow's episode. So I want to thank you for tuning in and for joining us today. Come on over to the website and check us out at deliveronyourbusiness.com. And you can scroll through previous posts in the blog section. You can look us up on Twitter, Facebook, even LinkedIn by searching for Entree Courier. And you can look for our podcast on all the main podcast channels. And as always, this is the part I always say for last because I want to make sure that I have earned the right to ask this. Folks, if and only if that you have found any of this information that we provide here to be helpful or useful, could you spread the word about us? Share us on social media. Tell other people that you know who are doing delivery that, hey, here's a good resource. Leave a review on the podcast directories because those reviews will help us get found. If you can spread the news, then we can help more people to succeed in their business. One last favor. Please go out there. Take control of your business. Go out and be the boss.